Sonnet 17 by William Shakespeare, 1565 to 1616. Who will believe my verse in time to come, if it were filled with your most high deserts? Though yet heaven knows it is but as a tomb, which hides your life and shows not half your parts. If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers number all your graces, the age to come would say, this poet lies, such heavenly touches ne'er touched earthly faces. So should my papers, yellowed with their age, be scorned like old men of less truth than tongue, and your true rights be termed a poet's rage and stretched metre of an antique song. But were some child of yours alive at that time, you should live twice, in it and in my rhyme. Okay, this is the last of Shakespeare's Procreation sonnets. This is a sonnet to the fair youth. This is a beautiful young man who Shakespeare is in love with, and he's written the first 17 sonnets to say that this fair youth must get married and have children, because if he gets married and has children, then he will immortalize his beauty and his wonderful characteristics will live forever in his bloodline, in his children. And this poem is saying that Shakespeare is trying to immortalize the beauty and the wonder of this fair youth. But the problem is, when Shakespeare writes about it, people aren't going to believe what he writes. This is just going to be the exaggeration of a poet. This is going to be a fisherman's story. The fish was that big. And he's not actually telling the truth. And if the fair youth actually has a child, then the child would immortalize the fair youth's beauty together with Shakespeare's poems, and that would be a much better way. So, who will believe my verse in time to come, if it were filled with your most high deserts? So who's going to believe my poetry in the future if I fill it with the things that you deserve, the highest praises that I can talk about you, but you deserve this praise? Notice your desert here is talking about what you did, what he deserves. So if I fill my poems with the qualities that you have, no one's going to believe it. Though yet heaven knows it is but as a tomb, which hides your life and shows not half your parts. And heaven knows my poetry is like a tomb. It's like you were dead, because it doesn't show even half of your life. It doesn't show half of your beauty. Yeah, my poetry is dead. It's like a dead tomb, because I can't explain in it the wonders of the way you live and the beauty and your beauty. If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers number all your graces, the poets to come, the age to come would say, this poet lies. So if I could really describe the beauty of your eyes, and if I could write all of your graces, if I could enumerate, if I could explain all of the wonderful characteristics of you, then in the future when somebody reads this, the age to come would say, this poet lies. The poet's lying. This isn't true. Yeah, he's just exaggerating. Such heavenly touches ne'er touched earthly faces. So such beautiful things, such wonders have never been found in a human face. This is not real. This is only something that you might find in an angel, but not something on earth. So should my papers, yellowed with their age, be scorned like old men of less truth than tongue? So my papers, yellowed with their age, maybe somebody will find my papers or my documents, my poems in the future, and they've been yellowed with time. And if these are scorned, if these are pooh-poohed, like old men, less truth than tongue. These are considered like an old man who tells tall stories, who there is not much truth in the stories he tells, and there is lots of exaggeration. So if people think that I'm exaggerating, and your true rights be termed a poet's rage, so if your true beauty, if your true quality is called the rage, the madness of a poet, and it's called the stretched meter of an antique song. So he's used these words just to make it rhyme, to stretch the meter. If you stretch the meter, you're putting something that doesn't quite scan, but close. Yeah, and he's using these terms, the poet's using these terms to make it rhyme, to make it scan, and it's just an old song. But if some child of yours alive that time, you should live twice, in the child, and in my rhyme. But if you had a child that was alive in the future, then you would be alive doubly, both in my rhymes and in the beauty of that child. And that beauty of the beauty of that child would confirm what I'm saying in my poems, and maybe they would be believed. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 17 by William Shakespeare.